Reality is not what it appears to be. At the quantum level, nothing is fixed. Particles exist in multiple states at once until observed. Consciousness collapses the wave function, forcing one possibility into being. This means that reality is not a predetermined, shared experience. Instead, it is a personal construct, shaped by focus, belief, and awareness. The way you observe the world determines what version of reality you experience. The mind is not separate from the quantum field, it is deeply entangled with it. Your consciousness is not merely an observer of reality, it is an active participant in its formation. The filter of perception. How willpower and meditation alter reality. If reality is a probability wave, then consciousness is the tool that collapses it. And the sharper, more focused, and more directed that consciousness becomes, the more controlled the collapse. This is where willpower and meditation come in. Most people live on autopilot, allowing their perception to be dictated by external forces, media, environment, past experiences. They collapse reality passively, without intention. They see only what they expect to see. Their consciousness is untrained, bouncing between possibilities without focus. But willpower, intense, deliberate mental direction, and deep meditation alter the filter through which reality is collapsed. By controlling thought, attention, and expectation, a person can collapse reality in a way that aligns with their internal desires. A mind trained through meditation operates differently. It is not easily swayed by external events. It doesn't simply react to reality, it sculpts it. A meditative mind filters out noise, aligning with deeper probabilities and shifting towards realities that resonate with higher intent. This explains why monks, yogis, and spiritual practitioners often speak of shifts in perception, synchronicities, and altered states of being. Their reality is not the same as the average person's. They are interfacing with reality through a different quantum filter. Reality is an individual experience, not a shared one. Most assume that reality is a fixed, shared construct. That what one person sees, another must also see. That time flows the same for everyone. That objects exist the same way for all observers. But quantum physics suggests otherwise. Two people can observe the same event and experience entirely different versions of it. Their expectations, beliefs, and subconscious filters alter the way the event collapses into their individual perception. Consider the Wigner's friend experiment, a quantum physics thought experiment in which two observers can measure the same event but come away with different realities. In this scenario, quantum states don't just collapse into one unified truth, they collapse relative to the observer. This implies that reality is not a single shared experience, but a personal one, structured by the consciousness that is perceiving it. If reality were truly shared, human perception would be uniform. Everyone would agree on experiences. But they don't. Some see opportunity where others see failure. Some see meaning where others see randomness. Some live in a world of abundance, while others perceive only scarcity. This is not because of luck or external conditions. It is because each consciousness shapes its own field of probability. What one chooses to focus on expands. What one fears, manifests. The world that one expects is the world that one receives. Tuning your mind to the reality you desire. If perception shapes reality, then the greatest power available to anyone is the ability to tune the mind. The way to do this is twofold. Willpower, the conscious choice of reality. 1. Willpower is the application of sustained mental focus. 2. It is the act of consciously directing attention toward a specific possibility. 3. Through strong intent, reality bends toward expectation. Meditation, the calibration of awareness. 1. Meditation removes distraction, reducing chaotic thought patterns. 2. It allows a person to observe reality without subconscious interference. 3. The more aligned one's awareness, the clearer their quantum interface. Those who meditate deeply begin to experience shifts in how reality unfolds. Synchronicities appear. Patterns emerge. Outcomes align with internal expectations at an unnatural rate. They are no longer passively existing in a pre-shaped world, they are shaping the world in real time. When willpower and meditation combine, the result is profound. 1. The mind no longer sees only what is expected, it begins to notice new probabilities. 2. Consciousness collapses reality toward specific outcomes. 3. The illusion of an external, objective reality begins to dissolve. At this level, life does not happen to you. It responds to you. This is why two people can walk into the same room, experience the same environment, and yet walk away with entirely different realities. Their internal filters have collapsed different versions of the same event. This is also why belief is such a powerful force. If a person believes something strongly enough, they collapse the probability wave in that direction. The stronger the conviction, the more reality bends to fit it. This is the underlying mechanism behind many spiritual and metaphysical traditions. It is why prayer, visualization, and ritual have measurable effects. The act of focused consciousness alters the way probability resolves itself into reality. Are we in a simulation? If reality is constructed on demand by observation, then it operates much like a simulation. In a video game, the environment is not rendered in full detail at all times. It is generated only when the player looks at it. This conserves processing power, ensuring that unnecessary information is not wasted. If our universe behaves similarly, then it is being generated dynamically, only where consciousness is focusing. The vast expanse of the cosmos may not truly exist in full detail at all times, only in the places where observation collapses the probability field. This would be the most energy-efficient way to run a universe. Instead of computing every possible outcome at once, the system only renders what is necessary, where necessary, as necessary. The implications are staggering. 1. Reality is personal, not shared. 2. Focus dictates what manifests. 3. Consciousness determines what collapses into being. If this is true, then the greatest power a human can cultivate is awareness and control of their focus. Most people live unconsciously, letting their perception be shaped by fear, distraction, and outside forces. They collapse reality without awareness. But those who train their consciousness, who sharpen their perception and direct it with intent, gain control over the wave function of their own existence. Applying this to your own life: if perception shapes reality, then learning to control perception is the key to changing reality. This is not metaphorical, it is quantum mechanical. Start with 3 daily practices. 1. Conscious focus. Choose what you give attention to. Avoid distractions. Focus only on what you want to expand. 2. Meditative calibration. Still the mind daily. Observe without reacting. See reality clearly, without interference. 3. Expectation management. Believe in the outcomes you desire. Reality bends towards strong, sustained expectation. The more consistently this is practiced, the more reality begins to shift. 1. Patterns emerge. 2. Coincidences increase. 3. Probability aligns in favor of intent. This is not luck. This is the direct interaction between consciousness and the quantum field. This is how reality is shaped. The universe is not a rigid, external structure. It is a field of possibility, responding moment by moment to the mind that observes it. Control the mind, and you control the wave. Control the wave, and you control reality.